I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd pop in.
So what does that reveal to us about the new season and Theo?
Theo's back for a reason, and I think fans are asking, what is that reason? It's not like he just, got himself out of hell for no reason. I think there's a need for Theo, but there's also the question of like, how badly do we need them? How badly do we need Theo? And is it worth the trust that would have to go into having his involvement in the pack? Because we know his track record, we know what he's done. He's manipulative, he's conniving, he's lying, very self-centered, narcissistic. It treats people like pawns. So it's like, why bring somebody like that back? The circumstances must be dire, and I think that's exactly what's playing out in season 6. The Ghost Riders are one hell of a villain, so I think everybody needs, Sky, his pack, they need as much help as they can get.
So Scott might have to turn to Theo for...
It's possible. It's definitely possible. Fans are just gonna have to tune in and check it out.
Like the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly like that. Exactly like that.
Yeah, we heard some things about Ghost Riders and Nazi werewolves.
Yeah, come on.
Could you expand on any of that? Or
to be honest with you, there's not much more to expand on. We got the Ghost Riders, which are, terrifying. And it seems like they're unstoppable, too. They can't be killed. And I think the scariest thing about them is that they don't truly want anything. Jeff was mentioning this in an interview that we did earlier. They're a force of nature. They just come and do what they have to do. They come and they take these individuals and they want nothing more out of it. So I think that's what's terrifying, is that every other villain in the past has wanted something. They want something that they can obtain, this tangible thing. Theo wanted his pack. He wanted Scott's powers as an alpha. These guys don't. And they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. And then the Nazi werewolf, it's a Nazi werewolf. Come on. Yeah.
What more could a Nazi werewolf want?
Yeah, exactly. It's cool though, like the storylines and like the plot that's being developed for season 6. It's very, very cool. It's very interesting, and I think fans are really gonna dig it.
Is it hard in season 6 to keep things scary?
I have to take all the credit and just kind of dump that into the writers and producers that we have. Like the capabilities that they have to keep everything fresh and to be writing this new material and add this edginess and this darkness and be able to incorporate all of these elements, the drama, the romance, the comedy, the horror. Like it's truly incredible. So I don't know how they do it, man. I tip my hat to them.
If you could give Theo any of your own characteristics or hobbies, what would you like to give him?
I think empathy. I think he's just so selfish. It's all about him and what he wants, and he has no regard for any other human being outside of himself. But that's what's interesting is within season 6 we get to explore this dynamic of the character. He's a changed guy, being dragged to hell and enduring what he endured, which is, I can tell you right now, brutal. It changes a guy. So I'm very excited to explore those elements and see how it's affected him.
I was going to say, has he been knocked down a few pegs? Has he been humbled?
I think so. I think we see a man that's now broken. He, through all of season 5, was so confident. He was 2 moves ahead, like he was the puppeteer pulling the strings, and it didn't work out. He got double crossed. He got beat at his own game, and he's gonna have to swallow his pride, and he's gonna have to face these people again that he's done heinous things to. Like, how do you do that? How do you look somebody in the eye after you try to kill them and it didn't really work out? So I think it's just a changed person. So it's going to be really fun to explore.
In addition to Scott, last season we saw Theo try and get in with other people in the pack. Is there someone this season that Theo is going to try and rebuild a relationship with?
I think rebuilding relationships is what's going to keep Theo alive, and I think the selfishness in him that's what he wants. He wants to stay alive in a time where the Ghost Riders are haunting Beacon Hills. He knows about them. He knows the legends and the stories. So he's going to do his best to just stay alive, and I think that requires mending relationships. However, that's going to be very.
Anybody outside of Scott is he going to like approach first?
Yeah, I can't comment on that too much, but it is actually interesting, the first ally that he does make. And fans are just going to have to watch and check it out, but it's fun. It's not Scott, but it's somebody close to him.
Okay.
So it's very cool. Absolutely. Take care, guys.